Hey guys, welcome back to BlockHash. Today we're going to be doing another chart analysis video. Today focused on Cardano, ADA, and its recent movement up with the crypto market and where we're looking to head towards the end of the year here for Thanksgiving week, but also in 2025. Before we jump into that, make sure to hit the like button, comment your thoughts down below on what you think or see is happening around ADA and Cardano, and hit the subscribe button for more. All right, guys, let's take a look. So looking at Cardano, obviously, since November 5th, it has been doing very, very well. Sorry, that's the 30-minute chart. Let's back out to the daily here. I like to look at the 30-minute, just gives really good intraday intervals on what's shaping up. But going back to November 5th, obviously, same thing for the rest of the crypto market, has been a real godsend in terms of turning this market around. Obviously, it's been a lot of green days, like 1 or 2 red days in particular. But Cardano has done very well. It's blown past all its ceilings here in 2024. One in particular that was at 67 cents, one that was at about 80 cents, and it's gotten as high as $1.15 more or less, heading up to the next range, which is going to be kind of around $1.24. And after that, we have a lot of open headwind that gets us to some higher levels for Cardano. Hopefully, we can get back to that $3 plus level that it hit in the last cycle in 2021. But it's looking really good. We want to see these ceilings again flipped and turned into new floors, and everything's looking pretty solid right now. After having this big run up, what we're looking for is a little bit of sideways action, hopefully, with a lot of different cryptos here in the market, because you can't just go straight up and not come down, right? We need a correction phase. So hopefully here, maybe we get a back test that comes down to 83, and then maybe we push up to break through that 24 level. Another possibility is that we range sideways and then try to break up. Third possibility is we just keep going. I don't know if the market has that much juice, but I wouldn't put it aside. But I'd like to see by the time we get into December, maybe we trickle around in here and just kind of range. And then by the time we get into 2025, maybe that's when we make the big push to the upside. It's still very early. Obviously, there's a lot of bullish momentum, well above the 20, 50, 100, and 200 moving average for ADA. So things are looking fantastic. And a lot of positive news in the cycle too, with Charles Hoskinson, along with guys like Brian Armstrong, Brad Garlinghouse, getting a little bit of an inside track into Trump's administration and some of the crypto initiatives that they're putting forth. So I think ADA is going to definitely have a little bit of benefit there, them being a very large cap chain. I think Charles is going to, continue to advocate on Capitol Hill and get them some additional exposure. So I think it all bodes very well. I think Cardano, again, like I've said forever, has a very bright future. And it's great to see this movement because it really shows an uptick similar to what we saw in 2021, where it kind of hit around this level and kind of pulled back a little bit. Like if we want to look historically, it came up here, kind of chopped around a bit, probably chopped around a bit high, around 40, 145, 150, and as low as 98 or so. So it's definitely had some wider ranges in here, but this went on from, February until about April, and then just popped up and went to highs. So, it could be a similar situation to 2021 or even back to 2017, where it just went straight up like a rocket, or it could be completely different. And I'm kind of advocating towards it being a little bit different here, where it goes up, but it's going to range and maybe it stays there. Like I don't see a reason for Cardano to come back below these levels ever again and really sit there. It's well more developed out. There's a lot of TVL on chain, a lot of use cases, a lot of DeFi projects, stable coins, real world use cases and initiatives. I just think the future is very bright for ADA. So I think it'll continue to trend in the upward direction. Going into the 30-minute chart, just to kind of show you intraday what it's doing in terms of choppiness. This is very consistent across the crypto market right now, where it's come up and hit that high. It's again above the 200 moving average still, which is good. Hit was here, hit again here. Maybe count that one as a third. But it's moving sideways. I imagine this will continue. You know, it'll probably come back up and then drop down, up, drop down. But that's normal. That's what we want. We want sideways action. We want to form new floors. We want to form new resistance areas. We don't want to just go straight up and come straight back down. That is really what's plagued us the last couple of years in this bear market. So now that we're in a bull cycle, let's look for these nice sideways patterns and let's see where it goes. For Thanksgiving, I think there'll be a lot of talk about crypto as well, and maybe that'll propel the price even further. Going into the holidays always seem to be an exciting time for crypto. Likewise, and then January is always the big month. So I would eyeball January, especially with January 20th being an important date this year, similar to, you know, how the Bitcoin ETF was a big deal in January earlier this year. I think Trump going into office on the 20th and really putting these things into effect in his day one initiatives, his week one initiatives, especially towards crypto and the advisory boards he wants to put in for regulations and the treasury, what he wants to do with a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I think a lot of these will be jet fuel for the crypto industry. So January is my month I'm watching. I really don't care too much what Cardano does now. Obviously, the higher it goes and then finds a way to move sideways and build a floor is fantastic. It just means that the ceiling is higher. Cardano's already at $1, just hovering here. You know, I'll be very curious to see where it goes in 2025, especially the first 6 months of 2025. But that's my take on it right now. Again, it's still very early. We've just gone straight up. We've had green day after green day. We're just now getting some sideways action. So we'll come back to it again, but it's looking solid. So let me know what you guys think about Cardano and ADA and its future and any news that might be going around. But other than that, I think that'll do it for ADA, you know, for Thanksgiving week. And we'll check in on it probably next week as well. And excited, man. Get you some ADA. I'm going to get myself some ADA too. Cheers, guys. Talk to you soon.